Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is That's Geeky AF with myself, AF. Firstly, I would like to thank each and every one of you who has tapped in onto this journey with me. 50 subscribers, I think, in my very first week, and yeah, I'm grateful to each and every one of you. Um, Thank you for trusting me with this sort of content. But yeah, that's not what this video is about. Today we are diving into one of the most exciting teams in comic book history, and that is the Young Avengers. With the MCU slowly introducing key members, it's only a matter of time before we see them assemble on the big screen. And how exciting is that? But here's the twist: they probably won't, at least not yet. If you've seen Thunderbolts, which is still currently playing in theaters globally, so if you haven't seen it yet, I think you should maybe get a move on. You probably already know what I'm speaking about if you have seen the Thunderbolts. Just a heads up, there is a tiny spoiler for the post-credit scene of the Thunderbolts within this video, but I will make sure to include the tag on that screen when we cross that segment of the video. So let's break it all down. So before we get to the Young Avengers, let's take a step or two back and talk about the creators of the Young Avengers, Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung. If you think Alan Heinberg sounds familiar, you are not wrong. You might have seen his name during opening credits of Gilmore Girls, or Grey's Anatomy, or Sex and the City, or most importantly, the thing that actually relates to this, the OC. Now, there's a reason why I'm calling the OC important in this context. During the initial seasons of the OC, Alan Heinberg did an interview where he spoke about the comic book influence on the OC and how they were depicted within the show.
So I'm going to start you off with some basics. Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, this is very important. Watchmen, and The Sandman. Enjoy.
Not long after that, he was approached by Marvel about developing a comic book series for the company. The Young Avengers would then become the first comic book that Heinberg would author. Jim Chung was the only artist identified for the series. Heinberg gave kudos to the fact that Jim could illustrate big, widescreen comic book action scenes as well as intimate emotional character scenes. I had the privilege of meeting Jim at Comic-Con Cape Town a few weeks ago, and he's such an amazing human being, and his art is honestly phenomenal. The Young Avengers first appeared in Young Avengers #1 back in April 2005, and as I mentioned earlier, they were created by Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung, the writer and the artist. The team was formed after the Avengers disbanded following the events of Avengers Disassembled. The group was originally assembled by Iron Lad, who is a young version of Kang the Conqueror, Nathaniel Richards, using the Avengers failsafe program. And the Avengers failsafe program was put in place, and it identified potential young heroes to take up the mantle. The original lineup included Iron Lad, a teenage Nathaniel Richards who fled from his future self, Kang the Conqueror; Patriot, who is Eli Bradley, the grandson of Isaiah Bradley, the first black Captain America; Wiccan, he is Billy Kaplan, a powerful sorcerer and the reincarnated son of Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. Also on the team is Speed, who is Tommy Shepard, that is Billy's twin brother. He has super speed like his uncle, Quicksilver. We also have Hulkling, who is Teddy Altman. He is a Kree Skull hybrid. He was always destined to unite both of the alien races, and with everything that happened in the Marvels, we might still see him coming. We also have Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. She is a skilled archer who took up the Hawkeye mantle from Clint Barton. We also have Stature, who is Cassie Lang, the daughter of Scott Lang, Ant-Man. She also has size-changing abilities. There's also America Chavez, a multiversal powerhouse. That's the best way to put her, I guess, with reality jumping abilities. And then finally, we have Vision, also goes by the name Jonas, is a rebuilt version of the original Vision, and he was created by Iron Lad. So let's get into who is already established in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios has been slowly introducing Young Avengers members, setting the stage for the eventual team up, and we know it's coming. We are excited. We cannot wait to finally meet this team, finally assembled. First up, we have Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld. She debuted back in 2021 with the Hawkeye show on Disney Plus.
You're a Hawkeye.
Who the hell are you?
Kate Bishop.
Another established character in the MCU already is Cassie Lang, played by Catherine Newton, and she became Stature in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which dropped in Feb 2023. Wiccan and Speed, they were introduced in WandaVision as kids back in 2021, and then last year Joe Locke, he was cast to play a teen Wiccan in Agatha All Along. We still do not have an actor cast to play a teenage Speed in the MCU yet. America Chavez, played by Xochitl Gomez, she made her debut back in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness back in 2022. We have not seen anything about where she is currently. The last we saw her was she was busy training to be a wizard under Wong. And then finally there is the Patriot, Eli Bradley, played by Elijah Richardson. He briefly appeared in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier in 2021. With Iron Lad, Hulkling, and Vision still missing, Marvel could introduce some of them in upcoming projects, though after the mishaps with Kang the Conqueror, could Iron Lad have a background change for the MCU? Could they maybe tie him into the Fantastic Four First Steps movie that is releasing in July? Guess we'll have to wait and see, but it is quite exciting to see the route that they would end up going. So let's get to the main part of this video, and as I mentioned earlier, there will be a tiny spoiler for the Thunderbolts movie, so here is your spoiler warning. You can forward about a minute to bypass it. Okay? Are we good? Cool. In the post-credit scene of the Thunderbolts, we jump 1 year into the future, and the team is now fully operational under their new name, the New Avengers. But there's a problem. Captain America, who is Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, is not happy about it. He is busy assembling his own Avengers team and has even copyrighted the name to make sure no one else can use it. This means that the Thunderbolts, who are now called the New Avengers, are in direct conflict with Sam's vision for the future of Earth's mightiest heroes. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, so what's your point, AF? How does this fit in with the Young Avengers? Patience. We are almost there. But first, let's segue real quick to another corner of the MCU. At the end of the Marvels, Kamala Khan, who is Miss Marvel, is seen starting her own team, beginning with Kate Bishop. Kamala also mentions Ant-Man has a daughter, who is Cassie Lang. Together with the established characters I mentioned earlier, that's almost the full Young Avengers roster, except for one key detail. Miss Marvel isn't actually a Young Avenger in the comics, is she? In the comics, Miss Marvel is part of the Champions. Yes, that's right, a completely different team that includes notably Miles Morales, who is Spider-Man, Vision, and Nova, Sam Alexander. With rumblings of a Nova project happening, could we see Sam Alexander being introduced soon in the MCU? And with the Vision Quest series on the horizon, could we get a glimpse of the Vision? Let's not forget Riri Williams, our Ironheart, who first appeared in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, played by the amazing Dominic Thorne. She's on this team as well. Her solo series will be dropping on Disney Plus at the end of next month, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. Because Sam Wilson has copyrighted the name Avengers, Kamala and her team probably won't be able to use it. Instead, the team will most likely be an amalgamation of the Young Avengers as well as the Champions, meaning that the most likely name that they'll be using in the MCU would be the Champions. This would be a cool way to merge both teams while still keeping the spirit of young heroes alive in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There are 2 slots available in the MCU slate currently, one in February 2026, which would be before Avengers Doomsday, and another in November 2026, sandwiched between Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. My hunch is that one of those slots will go to the Champions. Marvel Studios love planting seeds for future projects, and this could be their way of building towards a fully fledged young superhero team up. And I mean, all of these seeds that they've planted in MCU projects over the past few years, it can't be by coincidence. Come on, Feige, give us what we want. And there you have it. The Young Avengers probably won't exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, at least not yet. But the Champions, that is a real possibility. What do you think? Do you agree with this theory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Share this video far and wide. And I am so grateful for everybody that showed me love over the past week. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into comic books, TV, film projects. Yeah, you name it. If there's anything that you would want me to do a deep dive into, let me know and I'll try my best to do it. But until next time, stay geeky AF.